Hey, what's up metalheads, the Strong Boys 19 is back and I'm here to do the album review on Megadeth's fourth studio album entitled Rust in Peace. Now this album came out in 1990 and it is the follow-up to So Far, So Good, So What, and a lot of people, even the Megadeth fans, really criticize and just tell everybody else that this album is Megadeth's most well-known best album, you know, besides Peace Sells, But Who's Buying and Countdown to Extinction, etc. And there could be other albums, but this album is just absolutely phenomenal in every way. It is the best album that Megadeth have ever done throughout their entire discography, and you know, when it came out it received loads of fantastic feedback and reviews from the critics and even the fans and whatnot. So this was where Megadeth, in my opinion, started to be even more better with their own style of music, and I just really enjoyed the album so much. You know, it has to be one of the best, if not my second favourite thrash metal album of all time. You know, number one will have to be Rain in Blood from Slayer. But Megadeth's Rust in Peace is such a good album. I can just listen to it anytime, any day, and just love every second of it. So yeah, this album also involves another lineup change. So after the departures of the previous members from the album So Far, So Good, So What, Dave Mustaine finally brought in you know, Nick Menza on drums and Marty Friedman on the guitars, and in my opinion that is Megadeth's best lineup, and if you agree, that's fine. And this whole album has 9 tracks, and every single song on this whole entire album is just absolutely perfect in their own type of way, and the musical creation, the creativity has still been classed as thrash metal, and I think the songwriting is really much more better and improved than the creation of So Far, So Good, So What, and it beats Peace Sells in my honest opinion, that is. So yeah, there's loads of really good memorable songs on here. The opening track, Holy Wars, The Punishment Due, Hangar 18, and Five Magics, Poison Was the Cure, and just all the songs basically, and all of these tracks are catchy, just easy to follow. They're just full of excitement, as if like this album just begins with a bang. The vocals from Dave Mustaine on this whole entire album still really good, and I'd say that they're much more better than like the previous albums, and the guitar work on the album are still going really strong, and they're just absolutely fantastic, and the way that Dave and Marty have done the guitar pieces are all just done really well, with a lot of really cool improvisation of the guitar solos, and the complex type of thrashy riffs, and throughout the complex riffs it reminded me of you know, the albums of the first 4 albums from Metallica: Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All. And I think Megadeth at this point are much more better than Metallica in the 90s, if you ask me. And that's just my opinion. The drumming from Nick, he can just be one of these drummers that can just make any beat, make it heavy, aggressive, and just make it follow the music with everything else. And his drumming styles are just really, really good. And just the sounds of the drums, I just loved every single sound of the drums on here, along with the guitars. The opening track, Holy Wars, the Punishment Due, Hangar 18, and Five Magics, Poison Was the Cure, and just all the songs basically. And all of these tracks are catchy, just easy to follow. They're just full of excitement, as if like this album just begins with a bang. The vocals from Dave Mustaine, still really, really good. Mike Klink and Dave Mustaine are the producers for the album, and they both worked extremely well, and the guitars really sounded absolutely spot on, beautifully distorted, really well done, and drums, as I've said before, sounded just, you know, awesome and whatnot. The bass guitar really quite sounded, I think it was quite prominent. You know, it's quite like the bass sound from Individual Thought Patterns, because that album on the bass guitar sounded prominent, and I guess the sound of the bass on this album is quite prominent. I'm not quite sure how to put it in words of the sound, but it still sounded really smooth and crisp and whatnot. And overall, the whole album from there is just really mind-blowing. And if you are one of these newcomer fans of Megadeth, I highly recommend this album, and you will just instantly be blown away by how amazing this album really is. And also the artwork. The artwork is absolutely awesome, and I just love it to death. You know, with a Vic Rattlehead and with this awesome blue background with some other people behind him, and you know, this alien in front of it, and Vic holding the shiny thing on his hand. You know, the cool Megadeth logo covered in gold, and I love gold. So yeah, I think Megadeth at this point, in my opinion, is at their best with this whole album. And you know, the way Megadeth writes their music with this album, I think they've really wanted to improve much more, better, and they've just really done it brilliantly, and that can really prove to the fans that Megadeth are still going, you know, really strong to this very day, even though there are some other albums that are completely, you know, quite different than Rust in Peace and, you know, the previous albums, and even Countdown. So yeah, but overall, this whole album is just a complete masterpiece. Definitely check it out if you haven't yet. So obviously metalheads will just love this album in the thrash metal atmosphere along with the others. And I'm going to be reviewing Countdown to Extinction in the upcoming review in this whole discography really soon. And yeah, that's all I've got to say about it. And I'm going to give this album, Rust in Peace, a big 10 out of 10. So keep it metal, guys. Thanks for watching.